Padme, put the ship down.
Anakin, don't let your personal feelings get in the way. Follow that speeder.
Lower the ship.
I can't take Dooku alone. I need you. If we catch him, we can end this war right now. We have a job to do.
I don't care. Put the ship down.
You will be expelled from the Jedi Order.
I can't leave her.
Come to your senses. What do you think Padme would do were she in your position?
She would do her duty.
We already did the intro, Dan. So.
Yeah. So welcome.
Fantastic.
Welcome to episode 29 of the Burning Ewok podcast. I'm your host, Justin Granson. With me as always,
Chuck Fisher.
And Dan Mindro.
How's it going, guys? Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
It was a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that sounds like you got a story there.
Well, just the day, I think it was the Saturday, my wife's family has this big cookie bake. Everybody goes to their house and they cook all these cookies. They make all these cookies. And my brother-in-law, who is like, I don't know, he's in his mid-20s because my wife's the oldest. So he's like a frat boy, and he's like, "Oh, let's drink rum and cokes," and I'm like, "Okay." So, he pours me a rum and coke, and of course I'm just sipping at it. We're chatting, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm not paying much attention to it. He comes in, he's like, "What are you babysitting that thing? Let's go." And I'm like, "All right." So I chugged it down, and then he made me another. And like, this is a course of several hours. This isn't like all in like 10 minutes. But, then we go over to his house, because his house is like right around the corner, and that's where we're all going to meet for dinner. And I go with him there, and I'm sitting there chatting with him and Renee's cousin. His name's Ryan. He's a really nice guy. The three of us are just sitting there chatting, and then I'm like, "Hey, can you not make me another rum and coke? Make me a whiskey and coke, would you?" So he makes me a whiskey and coke, and that's the last fucking thing I remember from that day. I remember little bits, like little tiny bits of where, like, I guess I was like sitting on the couch and I was pointing to people, and I was like whispering to the person next to me. And I was like, "You see that person? They suck!" Like really loud. Like I thought I was whispering, but apparently the whole house heard me, like telling whoever the hell was sitting next to me that like all these people in the family suck. And then for whatever reason, I have no idea, but Ryan, I kept calling him my Mexican cousin, and I kept calling him Juan. And to be honest, they told me this is what I did. I don't remember any of it. So, yeah.
So happy Blackout Friday for Chuck.
Never in my life. Well, no, I'm not. I will drink again, but I'm going to take a break for a while. I don't know what the like. I don't know if he slipped me something, or if I was just like, maybe he poured like all whiskey and a little bit of Coke, and I just didn't realize it. I have no idea.
Are you sure you weren't drinking Malort?
Oh God, no. If you're drinking Malort, dude. And it's not
going to while,
I don't know if that would mess you up as bad. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the alcohol content of Malort is. It's mostly I think it's mostly earwax. Pretty sure that's what that is.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was my my crazy story. Jeez.
I got to play Hitster.
Never happened to me, but yeah, tell us about that. I ordered the game. It came in the mail. I just haven't had a chance to break it out yet.
So yeah, it's just like Dan said. You play a card, and then the next one you scan the code. It'll play right off your Spotify account. It doesn't show you on your phone what it is if you have a premium account, and then you have to guess is it before or after that one, and then you just kind of place your cards as you go, and whoever has 10, whatever. We played teams of
Mhm.
3, and we had
Sure.
generations. So one of my kids, either myself or my wife, and then one of the grandparents. So 3 on 3, and we played it that way. And yeah, we played we almost played through half the cards.
Oh,
So
wow. You played a lot.
yeah, so I'm gonna take it for Christmas. I'll take it to my family now, and we'll play it there. And one of the things, like my wife's number one criticism, and I think that's why she wanted to keep on playing, is because we really couldn't get anything before 1953 or something. You know, that was like the
Really?
earliest one we got, and it says like it's all the way back to like 1920s. But I haven't seen. What's the earliest one you saw, Dan?
1924, I think we had the other night. We played on Friday after
Okay.
Thanksgiving, and we had about 12 people playing,
Okay.
and we had
Did you make
my
teams?
mom. Yeah, we had 2 teams, and we had
Okay.
my mom and my stepmom playing. And my stepmom knew all the old ones, like 1940s, 1930s, 1920s. My mom did pretty good at it too, but my stepmom like grew up in a really poor household, and so they only listened to old 20s and 30s and 40s. So no, it was good. So we had like my little nieces and my kids playing too, and they killed it at the stuff in the last 4 years.
Oh yeah. I mean, even
yeah.
my son, who everything from except Ian could start singing along with the song before it even started. Like he knew it, but it was from a meme. So he didn't really know, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's easily 2001." I'm like, "There is no way that's 2001, buddy. That's got to be like 2019 or up." And that kind of stuff. But he knew he would be able to sing like these dumb songs about monkeys or whatever, and I don't even know. Like it was.
That's awesome.
It was fun. It was a good time, Chuck. I think you guys will really like it. And like my in-laws were, especially my mother-in-law was a little nervous about playing it. She's like, I'm not going to be good at this. And my wife was like, I don't remember song names, but it's just like, no, you know the sound, you know the era, and you're guessing the year. You could expand and like make it extra points if you get the song and the year right, like right on, or if
Get a token.
you could play it that way too. So
we
weren't doing the tokens.
Yeah, so the way we played it the first time when we were at our friends, we just played their made up rules for the most part, and then I looked up the actual rules and everything. So you play for the year to make your timeline, but if you get the artist and the song right, you get a token. And with the token, you can actually trade. You can use the token to steal somebody else's song, or you can actually use them to get a new song. Which we did strategically do like twice, and it worked out because at one point we were playing, and I think we played 3 times, and I think we had like 2001, 2003, 2005, and we kept getting. We didn't shuffle the cards, and make sure you shuffle them, Chuck, when you get them.
We didn't shuffle. We didn't shuffle, and I didn't think we got hit that hard with that kind of stuff. The one thing, it would be like a song we knew, and then a song we didn't know, and then maybe shuffling's the better idea, yeah, because we would go into streaks where it'd be like easy song for us, really hard song for the other team, really easy song for us, really hard song for the other team, because the more recent stuff honestly was the hardest stuff for us.
It comes in like 2 packs of cards. So I put 1 pack in front of one team and 1 pack in front of the other team, and I didn't realize that like the 1 pack was all like 1990 and up, and the other one was like 1989 and below. So it was like one team had all the current, more recent stuff, and one had all the oldies. And we finally figured it out after the first game, because the other team, their board was like 1994 through 2023, and ours was. We had 2 that we stole from the other team, and then everything was like 1970 and 1960. And I was like, "What's up? That's going on here?" But we had everybody fought over who got to be DJ. They like that part the best.
Really?
So that's fun. Yeah. But did you guys have a lot of bugs with the app?
No.
Yeah,
there
man.
were it worked fine. Like there were like 2 times that I scanned a card and it didn't play a song, and then I just back out, rescanned it, and then it came right up. So that was the only thing that we had.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad getting back in and everything, but yeah, the app like crashed like constantly, but there's a couple of clicks.
Yeah, I didn't have any crashes. No crashes. It seemed to go pretty good, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's good stuff,
it's good.
man.
It's fun. Yeah, so I think you'll have a good time, Chuck, when you play it.
We played Terraforming Mars because we had a smaller group this past week, and then our kids played a game called Two Rooms and a Boom, and they were going nuts. They're like, "You guys have to play this game with us. It's insane." And our game just dragged on and dragged on and dragged on, so we never actually got to play with the kids. But basically, it's kind of like Secret Hitler in a way, where like
that's a game I own that I haven't played yet.
What, Two Rooms and a Boom?
No, Secret Hitler.
Oh, Secret Hitler. Yeah. Well, but anyway, don't play with a police officer because he knows he reads everybody. It's really terrible. But Two Rooms and a Boom, apparently the goal, like everybody has a different role, and there's actually two rooms. So there's like some of you go in one room and some of you go in another room. I'm not quite sure how it all works, but my kids were explaining it to me a little bit. And the idea is you're trying to get the president, somebody's playing the president, into a room with the bomb. And so like you can shuffle people back and forth and stuff. Like I don't know how it works, but they were running up and down the stairs and they said it was so much fun. So if you guys are looking for another game like that, Two Rooms and a Boom apparently is really good. I haven't played it yet, but
is it an actual game you purchase, or is this something you just like play?
No, it's a game you purchase, and like they were telling me like, so I guess my buddy's daughter, she brought the game over, and her teacher had it, and so that they like played it in class or something. I don't know how you would do that, but anyway, but yeah, so she was like. She said it's really hard to come by, but I was like, nah, I looked online and I found it like right away. So,
okay.
I don't know. I guess really hard to come by is it's not on Amazon.
Well,
or Amazon's out right now.
One of the things I noticed about Hitster is if you look for expansions, they really don't have any in America.
I know,
They're all like in other countries, and I guess there's like another game that you can get that's similar, but it's not like widely available. So I don't know. And there's like a rock version. There's like a summer. They have other sets of Hitster. I just don't know the best way to get them. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll come around.
Anyway, so let's see what else happened. I saw Wicked also over the weekend.
Both of you saw it, right? Both of you saw it?
Yeah.
I did not see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
Sure, you would see Wicked.
Wow.
We were just too busy getting
well, it's going to be in theaters for a while. It'll be you'll have time to see it. It's not going anywhere because it's gonna be a huge hit.
Yeah,
already is a huge hit.
I've heard.
I honestly probably will not go see it in the theater.
Really?
I think both
you've
you guys.
You've seen the play though, right? You've seen the play.
I love the play. I've seen it. Yeah.
Never saw the play.
I never saw the play. I've just seen the online, recording of it.
Oh, okay. I think both you guys are gonna love it, probably more than I did. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't think the music was very inspiring. I thought it was a little, nothing really. There's like the one bit at the end that I think was pretty big, that I think was pretty good. But other than that, as musicals go, I mean.
Yeah, I think I can explain that why, right? Okay. So the musical, like, have you listened to the musical's music and everything? Okay. So it is literally, like, the musical is literally one of those ones where they're flitting around the stage singing almost all the dialogue, right? The whole time. So most of the songs are them singing through what they're doing. And then they have a few, like, just those crazy, good hits, right? Like Defying Gravity. And
that was the big one at the end, yeah.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, like, I'm sure most people have heard now, it's a 2-parter movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is twice as long as the Broadway play, which is the crazy thing. So I think outside of like 3 or 4 songs on the actual Broadway soundtrack, the music's good, but there's a lot that's not memorable, right?
Okay. Well, the movie doesn't sing the whole way through either.
Right.
So it's got scenes and then it goes to the song part, and hey, there's some good bits in it, and it works really well as a prequel to Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in it, like the entire, it's like origins of like everything.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
The casting's great, like all the acting's just fantastic. I really liked everything in it. I'm not the biggest musical guy, so I can't really like speak to much of all that. I was really hoping one of you guys would have seen it because, like I said, I think both of you, because you guys really like Wizard of Oz, and
it's one of my all-time
yeah,
favorite
no, it's
movies.
one of your favorite movies, and I know Dan really likes musicals.
Yeah.
So so just the combination there, both of you would have a lot to say about it. It's super fun. All I could say is everybody in Oz they're just terrible people. Terrible people, and it's so great. I mean, it's really great. Like, because you really feel for the Wicked Witch.
Yep.
And it's great. and that part of it, like kind of the whole twisting everything and making the good witch not so good. Ariana Grande is awesome in it. Just awesome. I didn't know anything about her really. Great. Wow. Jeff Goldblum, great. Yeah. Michelle Yeoh, great. Like the casting was awesome.
So I think Ariana Grande, she is probably out of all of the youngster Disney kind of girls that came up, she's the one with the pure talent.
She's got talent. Yeah, she's got talent.
Have you ever seen her on like Fallon?
Nope.
Oh my God,
SNL. She was hilarious on
SNL. She has the chops. She's like the Mariah Carey of the bunch. She does not need auto-tune.
But Mariah Carey couldn't act.
Well, but Ariana Grande,
she can. Yeah, I would say, maybe like singing wise, yeah, but like this girl can act. Like she's good. I mean, the lead, and I forget her name too. The one who plays the witch. I don't know her. This is like the first time I saw her, and I don't know her name. I didn't do my research. I feel terrible about that. She's great too. And she plays much more subdued. Ariana is just like
Cynthia Erivo. Her name's Cynthia Erivo.
Fantastic. Like really good. The play off of each other. Fantastic. She's so much more subdued and grounded, where Ariana Grande is just like off the charts. But they don't steal from each other. It's done well.
And that's how the musical is. It's like the musical. It's in India. I cannot say her name. She's been all over the place. From the Broadway, and Gwyneth Chenoweth.
I think they make an appearance. They make an appearance in the movie, I think.
Oh, do they? Yeah, and they play it that way.
They did. They are in the movie because they are doing the musical of the History of Oz, and they're fighting. They're great. Really good in that too. That was a great scene. Yeah. I'm gonna recommend it.
The Green Witch, she's like this introverted, very subdued person in the play, and she kind of gets dragged in the musical. She kind of gets dragged there to Oz, and to go learn and figure out how to use this magical power that she has. And they rumor with the total mean girl. Right, and I'm sure the movie follows all the same premises and everything. And I don't want to really spoil it too much, but the characters evolve throughout the whole musical, and from what I understand, you get to the point where like Defying Gravity is like the end.
It ends right there. Yeah, that's where it ends.
Yeah, and that's where they kind of really click together, and it's a duo. And then it's about how, the second half of the musical is essentially them trying to figure out how do they move forward when they're realizing all these new things about themselves, and how the rest of the world doesn't fit their newfound perspectives that they have. And even though the good witch, quote unquote, good witch, Galinda, right?
Galinda.
Yeah, Galinda. Yeah.
That's a joke in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Even though they are like, she's like this. She's totally out of Mean Girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mean Girls meets Elwood is really what it is. And how does she morph then into the Good Witch of the East? Right? She's Good Witch of the East.
No, the Wicked Witch of the East, the Wicked Witch of the West, and then there's
Good Witch
Glenda,
from the
the
North,
Good
right?
Witch. I think
Yeah.
she's just the Good Witch, right? Or is she from a cardinal direction? Chuck?
Remember,
The Good Witch is from the north, isn't
Is
she?
it the North? Okay. All right.
you can't be good from the South, right?
There's got to be a South Witch somewhere, right?
No, but how does she morph from that kind of horrible person singing popular, right, into that good witch in The Wizard of Oz? And how does oh my god, I don't want to murder her character's name, Elphaba.
Yes, that's right.
Go from like the good one into the wicked, which
There, there was a movie. God, I think it was James Franco was in it. It was like a Wizard of Oz thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but I thought they did a really good job in that movie of showing.
But that's a sequel. This is a prequel, right?
No, that was a prequel. It showed how.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that. It's about the wizard.
yeah, it's about the wizard. Yeah.
So does Peter Dinklage play the wizard, or is
No.
he one of the Munchkins?
No.
No. Oh, okay. All right. So
I can tell you. I mean, he's a professor at one of the schools, but that's all I'm going to say. There's a lot more to his character than that.
okay.
The
Cool.
wizard, they spoil it kind of early on. It's Jeff Goldblum.
No, duh.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect. He's perfect
Yeah,
because he is the perfect,
the
snake
art
oil
direction.
salesman.
The art direction was just be yourself.
Pretty, yeah. Jeff Goldblum's the hell out of that role. Let me tell you. Yeah,
So he's
yeah, it's
basically
good.
his
And
character from Thor.
No, he's not. He
whichever
doesn't ham it up that much. He's not the Grandmaster. No, he's not like that. But it's good.
Cool.
And yeah, it's like 2.5 hours. It doesn't really feel like it though. It moves pretty good. So I mean, it felt natural. I hope the sequel feels the same way. But yeah,
I heard it kind of dragged a little bit because they did kind of stretch it out.
I didn't really feel that way. I thought it was pretty good.
That's good then.
At our Thanksgiving gathering, we had a bunch of people who went and saw it, and like the younger ones were like, "Dude, it was way too effing long. Why the hell did I go see that in the theater?" And yeah, they were not happy with how long it was and the fact that it ended halfway.
Well,
so boo-hoo.
Yeah, well,
boo-hoo, kids.
I mean, if you watch
boo-hoo,
the original,
kids. Start watching things that are longer than 3 minutes.
That's all of us. If you watch the original Oz, the Wizard of Oz, there are slow spots.
It moves a hell of a lot better than the original Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, any movie, even watch any of those older films, like from the 70s, like Bullet or The French Connection. There's just what the.
My son watched Lawrence of Arabia, and he will not get off telling you how slow that movie is, and how many shots of desert and sun. Like if you counted up the minutes, or man, we watched the original Star Trek movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, the money shots of the Enterprise that just go on for 13 minutes each. Man.
You watch the extended cut then, where it's they just added 11 more minutes of the ship.
Just just pictures of the ship, just different angles of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's move.
You gotta get your money's worth out of those shots, right?
Man, I don't know what people were thinking in the 70s.
Well, it's crazy because Lucas didn't show.
Right? No,
that's what's really crazy about Star Wars. So you have 2001: A Space Odyssey comes out, and they show you the space station rotating for an hour, and then Lucas comes out. He shows you part of his ship blow through. Don't even really give you any close-ups. No on it. Just here it is. Let's go. It's really different compared to that. And then you had the Star Trek movie come out after that, and didn't learn any lessons from it, and went to the 2001 way, which was interesting.
I'm going to challenge you on that, because the original fucking Star Wars is so goddamn boring because of all the shots in the fucking desert. All right, So take off the rose-colored glasses, and
What
there's
are you
so much time
about?
just sitting there walking, trudging through the
It
desert
might be like 7 minutes.
with the Jawas, and then it's Luke, and then then they're trudging through the sand to get to Obi-Wan. Come on, man.
They don't trudge through the sand to get to Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they do.
No,
Come
they go on the sand speeder, and it's like 3 seconds that shot.
No, dude, they're always walking through the damn sand
All right.
stuff.
If you're gonna compare this to Lawrence of Arabia, put them
not
side by
gonna-
side.
Yeah,
Like
totally
it's
different
not. We're not playing the
situation.
same game here.
You could probably cut out 20 minutes of A New Hope with the unnecessary shots of the desert or every planet.
I highly disagree with this. I do not think you're right.
I
I really don't think you know what you're talking about with this
I
one.
think if anything, you could add more desert shots. To be honest.
Oh.
Anyway, let's go back to Ariana Grande real quick. I was thinking about this morning because I used to watch. I had girls. Dan, you have girls, right?
And a girl who's not a very girly girl.
Okay. Well, we used to watch Victorious, which is where Ariana Grande kind of started. I think it was a show on I don't know if it was Nickelodeon or Disney. I think it was Nickelodeon. And she was hilarious in that show, really funny, really funny. And then when she became Ariana Grande, I was like, really? She's an amazing singer. I don't personally listen to her stuff, but I've heard her and she's incredible. But my whole thing is she is so funny and she's she has good comedic timing. I feel like she could be a Lucille Ball type. She's that good. Did you see her on SNL?
Yeah, she's great.
Did we talk about this
so
8 minutes ago?
Yeah, we talked about it, but
okay.
What do you mean? No, I didn't. No, I'm just saying. I wanted to bring up I wanted to compare her to Lucille Ball.
All right, I gotcha.
I think she's got that kind of talent, where it's
This is the only thing I've seen her in, and she was very good in it. So I'm not going to disagree with you.
Her biggest talent is being able to imitate anything she hears. She can do it. She can do it all.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. That is incredible.
Yes, she can. If somebody sings anything, she can sing it exactly the same.
Yeah.
As the other person.
Yeah. Yep. She can imitate the voice of Yep.
It's amazing. So yeah. All right, let's start. What did you do, Justin? What else did you watch? Besides, you ran out a whole bunch of
no shrinking.
Oh my god!
I didn't get Apple, but I got a new cell phone. So we moved over from one provider to another, and they gave us packages for Netflix, Hulu, and all that stuff and everything built into them. And Apple wasn't the one that we went with, so instead I started watching Penguin on Max. And yeah, first episode was fantastic. That's good. I'm excited to watch more of that, and I'll probably watch Dune.
That's probably the weakest episode too in that.
Yeah, no, I've heard it's just awesome, so I can't wait to watch that. So, but that and I don't know. I didn't really watch anything else. That was it. It was a very busy holiday week and a busy work week. A lot going on. So, I wish I could have said I watched some more, but honestly, we didn't. I think we maybe watched 2 episodes of Fargo. So we're getting a little deeper into season 2 of Fargo. I'm not very deep though. It's awesome. Hell yeah, that show. Like I said, first season, so great. like I said, this is more the same. So like I said, slow burn, and I'm just gonna slowly enjoy it. I don't want to rip through it too quick anyway. So I appreciate hopefully after this recording I'll go up and watch an episode with my wife.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think season 6 ever getting made, at least not with, I think it's Noah was the showrunner, not with him at the helm, because he has moved on to Alien Earth.
Oh, is that his project? Okay.
Yeah, he's showrunning that, so that's coming out next summer, I think. Right?
And from what I understand, I mean, it sounds so stupid to have an Alien movie or show take place before the original Alien movie and have it on Earth.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they get around that part, canonically, but I know that dude. I didn't realize it was the same guy who ran Fargo. That makes me happier because
Mm-hmm.
he, just like his way to tell a story is fantastic. And apparently this is like his ultra passion project. He's been working on this for like ever, just like wanting to get this done. He had this like written out so long ago, and this is his ultimate passion project.
Oh,
Cool.
nice. I finished season 5 of Fargo, and it was great. And it's John Hamm
Okay.
is so good at being bad.
Oh yeah.
He's the bad guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet.
And oh my God.
Well, he's not a good guy in Mad Men.
Yeah, but I mean, his level of evilness in this. So he's essentially the stories for season 5 is modeled after the Bundy Rancher dude out in like Utah or wherever. The guys who like defied the feds and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like the whole right wing militia movement, and Christian nationalists, and it's what's her name, Juno Temple plays the protagonist. Juno Temple, right, from Fargo, the girl from Fargo, not Fargo, I'm sorry.
You're really confusing me.
The girl from Ted Lasso that plays Roy Kent's
girlfriend. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's the little thing.
Yeah.
She's so tiny. Yeah.
Oh my God, seeing her with a Minnesota accent, it's so wrong. So she plays the protagonist, and she's so great. And it's all about like her and John Hamm and their relationship and everything, and it's pretty messed up. Doesn't fail to disappoint at all. I think I'd put it as the second best season after season 2.
Good to hear. I can't wait. I really. So you like 2? Like really, really like 2?
Yes, because of Kirsten Dunst and
It's so dark. It's so good.
You're only a couple episodes in, so you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, it's so far so good. Chuck, I think you should watch it. I know you said you don't really do. I think you'll do just fine. It's just really good. You've seen crazier stuff.
I'm sure, but these days I just don't watch that stuff as much anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I did. Strangely enough, my daughter, she wanted to watch Scrubs, so we watched like 2 or 3 seasons of Scrubs while she was here.
Okay.
Or at least it seemed like that. I don't know how much we actually watched, but but when I was watching the 9th episode of Shrinking, I was like, this is very familiar after watching all the Scrubs stuff. And it turns out the creator and the producer worked on Scrubs. He was also the creator and producer of Scrubs.
There you go.
So Shrinking and Scrubs are they're somewhat related.
It's the same universe.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
I thought it was amazing because there was in episode 9 there was just a moment where there was a delivery of dialogue, and I was like, that sounded like Dr. Cox said that. Like, literally, because I just watched a bunch of, Scrubs, so I was like, that is weird. Like, that's the only reason I went and looked it up, was because I was like,
okay.
That's cool. I mean, the fact that you felt it and you recognized it, that's cool.
But it's like a more polished version, obviously.
Scrubs
was like low budget, and this is a lot.
It's more sitcom-y, too.
Yeah.
Right?
This... Harrison Ford's amazing. He just does such a good job in this.
Yeah, 5 years ago, I would have never think I would have said that again.
Yeah.
And I really liked him in the last Indiana Jones movie, and I really, really like him in Shrinking. It's like...
Yeah, he's really good in Shrinking.
And so it's like, I'm kind of excited to see how he's going to be in Captain America now, because he seems revitalized, and he seems to be having fun. So, we're about 30 minutes in. Do we want to get in the meat and potatoes of this, or do you guys have anything else to talk about? Yeah. All right. Skeleton Crew, episodes 1 and 2. Dan, you came out saying pretty positive. You're pretty positive about it. I have no idea what you think, Chuck. Let's talk.
Loved it. It was a lot of fun. Tristan sitting next to me here giving me 2 thumbs up.
Oh, it's good.
I don't know if he ended up watching episode 2. Oh yeah, we watched episode 2 together. So I watched episode 2 twice. Chuck, you watched it? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both episodes.
So not spoiling it for you.
No, we're opening it up.
Talk about it.
Spoiler filled, boys. Spoiler filled. Let's go.
Yeah,
I want to talk some Easter eggs because there's some incredible Easter eggs in this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are obscure, but there's some very unobscure one. I love the Pan throwback for Jude Law's movie Pan, right? With the droid Smee.
Smee. You guys catch that? SM33.
Yep.
That's amazing. I did not catch that.
Yep.
Damn it.
That's one of them. That's a great one.
And I think Nick Frost was Smee in that movie, right?
I don't know. know.
So I think in Jude Law, I think that was the second connection to it was Nick Frost plays Smee in Jude Law's Pan movie or something like that. So and Nick Frost is the voice of Smee, which I would not. People are like, "Oh yeah, I totally heard it." I'm like, "How the hell are you hearing Nick Frost?"
Didn't pick it up. I knew he was in it, but I didn't pick it up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I think it's pretty cool. I think there's some nefarious stuff going on, and I think the way they present it, using the kids and very Goonie-esque. The kids are fine. Too. They're not. I hate to keep going back to the well of that is a train wreck of Acolyte and the kids in that show. The style of the show fits the child acting here, as opposed to the Acolyte, where I don't think it fit the style of the show they were trying to make in the Acolyte, right? So I think you go into it knowing, hey, it's about a bunch of kids going on an adventure, so it doesn't shock you when, okay, this scene they're overact a little too much or a little too melodramatic, which they are at times, but they're supposed to be. It's fun, right?
You've just described children. I mean, yeah, anybody who's had kids, no. Oh man, this story is crazy because I have stories up in my head that I just make up sometimes when I'm bored or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And many years ago, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you were digging in your sandbox and you came across a hatch, and then that hatch happened to just be I don't know, a Star Destroyer buried under the ground somewhere. That'd be cool. And then you go in and explore it and stuff. And that's exactly what this show was. As soon as they went in the ship, I was like, "Oh, the ship's upside down. That's cool." I could tell this chair's hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, it was great. The way it pulled out and kind of rotated around. Yeah. Oh, this was great.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I loved everything about it. I think the girl is a little annoying, but I think she's supposed to be, because obviously these kids are going to grow in their characters and they're going to learn stuff because that's what kids do. But so she got on my nerves a little bit, but for the most part, I feel that's probably how I would have acted in that exact same situation. I don't know. I might have jumped off the ship though, as it was. Because I think that would have freaked me out, being up high and then having the thing lift like that and seeing your dad just freaking away. I was I don't know, man. I might have let go at that point. But
yeah. So isn't so what you were talking about, hey, it would be cool to go out and find a ship there, and kind of part of the premise here is also very similar to a movie we all grew up with, The Explorers.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. So it's kind
of the first 2/3 of Explorers.
Yeah, Explorers is great. It's a hell of a movie.
No,
I still love that movie.
No, that end is just the worst thing
the
ever.
end is atrocious. I get it,
it's god awful, god awful. But the first 2/3, great. Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah,
and then you go, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. You're oh.
Anyway.
Oh well. But as a kid, I loved the end of that movie.
Yeah.
As a kid, I thought
I didn't even then. Hilarious. That's why I only watched it a couple times as a kid. We watched it recently with our kids. We watched it recently.
More sophisticated. Sophisticated and stuff. Anyway, I don't know. I loved it. So Dan, maybe I had to ask you. You grew up in the neighborhood, or you lived in the neighborhood where E.T. was filmed, part of E.T.
I mean, obviously, many years after.
Right.
But yes.
Were there just woods deep forest just hanging out right there?
No, that part is shot in Northern California.
I figured it was, but I just wanted to know because like that would be cool as hell.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So where I grew up, the part where they're on their bikes and they go to a park and they all meet. That was a park. I think the real name is like Viking Park, but we all called it ET Park. And then when they ride their bikes and they're going through all the construction of the houses,
right? Yeah.
Literally, that's my street, and they go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Cool. That's so amazing. I feel like this captured a little bit of ET in that you had like this housing development next to this like wild forest area. And it threw me back to like a kid watching that movie. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. I just want to know, and I don't know if you guys caught this as same as I did. I want to know when they're going to use the hull auto destruct button, because they called that thing out. We
right
all
away
didn't know it was there.
Right away.
And now they all know about it, so we know they're going to hit that button at some point, right?
For sure.
Oh,
that would be hardcore foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Justin, you've been patiently waiting as we banter back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's all right. I think it's all right. You guys like it more than I do, I think.
So tell us why don't you like it?
It's good. No, I like it a lot. It's very good. I don't really have anything negative to say, except like I like watching. I'm like, all right, now I'm ready for it to go. Let's go. I really like the setting. I think a lot of it is like I saw what it was. I got exactly what I expected out of it. I was more in tune with like the fun little bits that put in there, such as the opening scene is a complete homage to the original Star Wars opening scene, where he's got him in a chokehold. This is a council ship, where that whole scene's in there. I love that they are little by little making the Star Wars Christmas or the holiday special and the Ewok movies more and more canon, which is ridiculous. I mean, they're not like, I think the Ewok movies actually are considered canon, which is bonkers, just absolutely bonkers. But the weird little alien that's from one of those was the alien. I think his name is Teak. In those Ewok movies, he was the creature that ferried them across the ship in the Pirate Bay.
I knew that. Yeah.
The holographic table scene was right out of the holiday special. I think it was the exact same footage. They just took it and put it right in there, cleaned it up, and little Neil's family's watching it. Neil, favorite character, hands down. Love Neil. Love him. That's my character. Other things I liked about it. I love when you have a stupid thing, or not stupid, but you want something of lesser intelligence to do something, and it almost gets it right, but then it doesn't get it right. So a good example would be where Rocket Raccoon is trying to tell Groot which button to press. And he's like, no, you don't press that button. He's like, Groot, and he's going to press that same button. Well, I love the little scene with that little, I'm going to call him the eye squirrel. He's out there, and they're telling him to go get the key. And you think it's going to get the key, and they're like, yeah, and then it doesn't, because it doesn't really quite get it. It kind of knows it's supposed to do something, but not quite. That, to me, is one of like my favorite gags, so I really like that.
So the dog from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it is the dog from Byron.
Kind of. Yep.
Key boy.
Yeah. I just that joke never gets old for me. I really like that kind of a thing. I'm not so sure Jude Law's a Jedi.
No, he's not. I think it's something else.
So I want to know what the parlor trick he pulled on the kids to make them think that. Let's see. I really like the idea that this planet that they're on, because one of the main complaints I heard before is like, this is stupid. What's this Star Wars in the suburbs thing? This is stupid, And I'm like, I don't know, man. There's like, it's a freaking galaxy that's going to have a lot of different planets with a lot of different types of systems. But the fact that this is a hidden away planet that nobody knows about, the people on the planet never leave it.
Well, they know about it, but it's a myth.
It's a myth.
Right.
And so it's got all these old Republic credits from this is like old Republic.
Weren't there Empire credits in there too, though?
These are so they're like super valuable. So this is like a treasure planet now. So all the pirates are going to want to go to it, which is great. So now they want to get home, but by going home, they bring all the pirates with them, and that could destroy their world. So how do you do this? I think that's a great setup. So I'm more excited to see where it's going than the initial. You're going to send me something.
Okay, so when he's flipping through the credits, there's one credit that has like a starburst on it that looks like the Imperial symbol, but I don't think it is.
I believe it's the Galactic Republic seal.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of looking up some of this stuff
because I had read that earlier that but yeah, all right. Looks like that's not.
So the scuttlebutt is that it is High Republic, not just the Old Republic, right? That this is
sure could be
High Republic, right? And this is they call it the Great Work, right? Which apparently there's in one of the books from the High Republic. There's a reference to the Great Works of the Jedi and the Republic, the High Republic. So. I think it's not necessarily. I think it's going to be one of those. Like it's essentially, I likened it to Fallout. Was my comparison to the planet, right? It's a freaking vault. It's a Fallout vault, and it's an experiment of some kind.
You think it's that?
Yeah, and I don't, and it's. I think it's droid overseers. And the droids are in charge of the planet. I think that's where we're going to end up being.
So it's basically we hid away a bunch of people and aliens to repopulate.
I think there's an AI there running the planet because all the real figures of authority are droids there.
Yeah.
All the security, all the teachers, the proctors for the exams. The computer chooses your profession based on your test results. And the one lady that comes into the classroom, she's there, but she's like the assistant, right? Or forget what her real title, but she's not the head one, she's the assistant. So I think the head one is going to be like a robot or an AI or something.
That's a good call on that. But one thing I did notice, though, is when they do get on the ship and they see Smee, Smee's going to kill them, but he's like, but the girl, she's like, oh, it's a droid. I can handle this. So there's not any fear of these droids on that planet because this droid who could totally kill them, she's just like, no, I'm just going to tell him I'm the captain, without any fear, and just kind of stands up to this droid thinking the droid's going to do her bidding, which it does. I think it would have been, I think if you have another scene later on where it doesn't go that way for her with another droid, I think it would be really interesting. Because they seem to have a lot of confidence with these droids.
Oh yeah. I think you're right for sure.
But also like if you go back to like Fallout, right? A lot of the vaults are they're definitely engineered to be a certain way, some sort of experiment. And a lot of the vaults, and several of the vaults, the occupants have no idea what's going on, and they don't know that they're being subjected to this. So I don't think we know enough about the planet itself, but that's just kind of the vibe that I get from it, right?
Yeah. So I'd like to know if I think it's Vine from the third season of Mandalorian was one of the henchmen of that green pirate guy that they blew up his ship. He was the one that doesn't die. He seems to be the same character that's in this show also.
Oh, really?
He's got the spikes on his face and everything. He's the one that Smee comes and just punches him into the wall, just like wrecks him. So I'm wondering if I think it's the same character, not 100%. I think we'll find out more later.
I believe it's been mentioned that it is.
It is official, like that's an official thing. Okay. I love that they brought the Wolfman character back from the cantina.
Yes,
I don't think it's the same one. It could be, I suppose, but I mean the same species. Yeah, so that's cool. It's going super, super old school with a lot of it because it's like the lore stuff is the nuts and bolts and things that I like with this kind of stuff when I watch it. It's the stuff that keeps it replayable for me. You know, those types of things.
So when they get to the pirate lair, right? Were you surprised when the wolf dude comes out and it's him and his crew running in there? Or did you catch the pirate ship in the background?
Oh, it had the same, and they had the same markings that the ship from the Mandalorian had too.
No.
The one that blew up, like the weird stripes.
The big pirate ship, right, that hijacks the bulk cruiser, is sitting there in the background of like 5 or 6 shots, right? So I caught that one right away, and I'm like, oh, yeah, now we're joining this quick. We're not going to wait till episode 5 or 6 to excuse me. Join the cruise.
I'm going to hold off and wait till at least episode 4 or 5 before I say it's an awesome show, because episode 3, could be completely insane. We don't know. I doubt it will be, but
I think in the official write-ups of the shows, by the way, I think they reference Jude Law's character as Force sensitive and not as a Jedi.
It's totally possible. Yeah. I think the one thing I thought about the pirate planet or space station or whatever it was, the kids, I just feel like they would have been immediately seized upon by like nefarious agents if it was like that underworld.
Didn't take them long.
Yeah, I think it was reasonable. I think most part, even if you're a nefarious pirate, if you got stuff going on, you see it, whatever, But eventually, like, I love the way that those women came out and they're like, "We got to get you to safety."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt that was like really, really well done too. Like, no, you don't understand. You guys are way over your head right now. You got to get out of here. I really liked all that bit.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Did you get vibes like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes? From the the asteroid, right? Where they go, it's the collector, right? The collector's skull. I got a lot of vibes there, and I'm assuming
the skull is nowhere.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
But still, same kind of vibes, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you? Are we all drawing the same conclusion that Jude Law's character is the pirate captain in the beginning, right?
Oh, yes, I don't think that's a secret. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't think that was. You can hear his voice. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, that's Jude. Like when I'm like, oh, that's Jude Law's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't hide it very well.
Yeah, also very Quinn, or Quill esque, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though just his style and everything. We're just missing the Walkman with his mom's tapes, right?
I love Jude Law as an actor. Like, he's great.
Yeah, I've always liked Jude Law too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what has he done lately? I'm trying. Like, somebody asked me when we were talking at work, trying to figure out what has he been doing lately.
Last thing I saw him in was Captain Marvel, I think.
Captain, so
that's a while ago, and that's like 2014, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm going like, man, the last thing I remember him actually being like, I actually remember him in was Road to Perdition,
which he's absolutely fantastic in.
That was a hell of a movie.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm like, man, he's too good to not have been in stuff. So I don't know, but it doesn't sound like there's going to be a second season anytime soon.
I think this is just one particular story, and that's it.
Oh, because the kids are already like locked up elsewhere.
Oh, are they?
And they've already grown since filming so much. And Jude Law's like, we can't do the second season. They grew too much. They went Stranger Things on us. this I guess the second season story was going to be too close to the end of wherever the story takes us. So.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm looking forward to seeing episode 3 and 4 and 5. How many episodes are in it? Does anybody know?
That is a good question.
I'm gonna guess 8.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Okay. Yeah, this one I hope it goes a little longer if it stays strong like it is, because I love a good Goonies story. Super 8, one of my favorite movies. I love these kinds of movies. Kids, that aren't as stupid as most people think kids are, right? But are put themselves out there and and outsmart the grown-ups. I love it.
That's the thing about like society in general. I always thought was stupid. Was like kids aren't dumb. You know, the whole idea that kids should be seen and not heard. I think that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because sometimes kids have a clarity that adults don't have. And a kid can come in and say something that is gonna like be like, man, I wish I could see it that simply. And you're like, yeah, let's do what he said. You know what I mean? Like
You're like
many times in my life.
channeling Yoda episode 2 vibes with me right now, looking for a missing planet with the younglings.
Yep.
So, yeah, but kids are also dumb. Thing is, adults are dumb. The thing is, adults are also dumb.
Hey, that girl's like, hey, don't push any buttons. You know, being a kid that touched everything, I was like, dude, I would have pushed that button. I would have totally pushed it.
Fast is later like, oh, we got to reverse it, and they push every button. Right? What's this one do? What's this one do? Oh man, fantastic.
That's good. All right, I don't think I have anything else to say about it. I'm looking forward to more, and all these shows that we've been getting lately have been really good. There's really hasn't been anything bad, so I hope this streak keeps on going. And I don't know what our next show is going to be. Oh yeah, like we wanted to do the Andor rewatch after this, right?
Yeah,
that'll have to be it, because then we're going to go into Andor after that. Yep. So that'll be good. All right. Anything else you guys want to wrap?
Let's wrap it up.
You guys got to watch Immediate Family.
Yeah,
so
I talked to my father-in-law about it. Actually, I showed him the trailer, and he's going to watch it also. He was really, because he's like, oh yeah, I know about these guys. And,
yeah, and then we got to dip our toes into Marvel Rivals.
I did play about an hour of Marvel Rivals before I jumped on here.
Okay, yeah, and then we got 4 days. There's a big game coming out. A big game coming out.
Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones and what's the Circle or whatever?
Something.
Circle of Fate.
Circle of Life.
Yeah, I'm worried it's got too much CGI in it, like the cutscenes, and they're gonna wig me out because I do not like. I get uncanny valley issues on certain.
Sure.
My problem with Indiana Jones games is I always just want it to be the Fate of Atlantis again and again and again.
Never played it.
Yeah. Fate. Oh my God, that game was amazing.
So good.
So good.
Oh, and I have a gaming tip for you. Hot tip. I came across this yesterday. Amazon Prime Gaming. So they're a streaming service. I can't. What is it? It used to be Stadia or whatever, but it's called something else now. They're a streaming service, part of Amazon Prime. They have the Telltale Expanse game on there now.
Oh,
if you know. Yeah. So I came across that. I'm like, ooh, I got.
So like, is that like one of like the? If you're a Prime member, you can get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have to get that because I think it's Drummer is the main character of it, and she's my favorite character from the show.
Yeah, I didn't think you ever played it, right?
I didn't. No, but I heard it was fun.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw, but they have it. He has a new series coming out, and it got optioned, and Amazon picked it up to make a series out of.
Yeah, I'm already halfway through the first book.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that was exciting. I think that just came out like this week or last week.
Yeah, it's about a month.
Yeah.
The book.
No, not the book. The fact that he optioned it to Amazon, they picked it up and they already greenlit it to get made.
Yes. So I think that the plan was. I'm hoping they do this because it's a 3-book series.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quick. So it sounds like they got the deal to do the whole series. It's not going to get canceled. They got the full thing. They're going to do it, and then I'm hoping after that they're able to go back and finish The Expanse. Because I really want my last 3 seasons of that show. I really need it. Let those characters age a few more years. It's all good. And then let's do it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I got nothing else. That was all I got.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe. I pulled this from the Patreon right now. I'm not dropping the stuff there. I'm waiting. I'm not getting any members. All you people listening suck.
We love you though. We love you. Keep listening.
So we're getting better data from all the other stuff right now. So YouTube, Spotify, all the other podcatchers, we're there.
Cool.
Like. All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Peace.
Kick it.